Tell me about a couple of these new guys that we don't hear as much about. We hear about the twins and Julius a lot, but Marcus Lee, Dakari Johnson, James Young, tell me about those guys a little bit.
Well, Dakari, it's funny. You know, you go watch kids, and when I watched him as a junior, he had come off a knee injury, and I basically said, I'm not sure he's good enough. And then I watched him some more, and I went, wow, he's intriguing. And then I watched him some more. I said, you know what, he's pretty good. Then I watched him some more, and I said, he's the best big guy in the country. And then I watched him some more in these games, and I said, he's way better than I thought because he's way more skilled. He's way more driven, the things you can't see. He's a young man that'll get up 6 in the morning and do his workouts. Got a great mother who used to be at work here in town and who really keeps him, lockstep, knowing what's up and keeps it real with her son, Miss Campbell. And so he is someone that's going to be better than I thought, way better. Marcus Lee is one of those guys that wanted this challenge. He's a triple-double in high school, like 11 blocks, 18 rebounds, and 16 points. Are you kidding me? Still defining his game, but has a bounce and a toughness, a raw toughness, even though he's a thin player, and he wants to be here and wants to be doing and being part of something great. James Young is like a 6'7", scoring, shooting, passing, 2-3. So he can play the 2 guard, he can play the 3. I watched him in a tournament game. He played a team that they were going to put a football player on him. And I think it was down in Georgia. And I went to the game for one reason, because I knew the football player was going to play him. He's a 6'5", 240-pound guy that wasn't a great basketball player, football player. James Young held his own, had 14 rebounds, and took on the challenge. And that's when I was sold he's the guy. Because that's what it takes here. I mean, you're everybody's Super Bowl. You're the biggest game. Everyone in the country's rooting against you if they're not rooting for you. It's not like you're Kentucky, I don't care what they do. No, you do. You really do. And so that's what you have to be here. And he has that. So, and you know what, Dominique and Derek from in-state, hey man, I'm excited about those two. Both of them have got better. I mean, Derek has a body frame that he's going to fill into. He can really shoot the ball, and he's skilled. He understands that the competition this year is going to be keen, and he's ready for it. And Dominique, the same thing. I mean, what I liked about Dominique is a toughness. What we just went through, I just, now I'm looking at guards, and he's got a football body. He's got a great temperament and personality on the basketball court. His team was down 16 both games, and they came back and won. He's not afraid of other players on his team doing well. It makes him happy, but when the game's on the line, he made every shot and every play and every rebound, and he defended, and he was tough. What we just went through, I don't want anybody that's not tough.
We asked before you came on, we asked fans to tweet us or send us questions to ask, and probably the best one came from someone you're familiar with. Aaron Calipari tweeted and asked my dad why he didn't answer the phone this morning when I called. So I guess
she called at 7:30 this morning. That's why I didn't answer the phone.
Now, she also said that you used to ride a Vespa. Is that right?
I still have it.
You do?
Oh, yeah, I drive it around. People don't know it's me on there, but I drive it around.
So you're telling me you drive around Lexington in a Vespa?
Yeah, absolutely do. They don't know. Most of the time I'll put a helmet on, so who knows who I am.
Wow, that is a piece of breaking news. Now, I do have to ask you this, and this is in good fun, but when they during last year, when Louisville won the title, I didn't particularly like it. You're the coach of Kentucky. Louisville is our rival. I know for you, you play all the teams, but what did you make when Louisville won the title? Were you happy for them? Were you like, well, what did you make of it?
Well, first of all, let me tell you, what they did is what we did the year before, which is be picked to win it and then go win it. You know how hard that is?
Yeah.
You know how difficult it is? But there was a guy that watched them early in the season and came to me and said, they are really good.
Who was that guy?
Some lawyer that doesn't know what the hell he's talking about. But he told me they were really good, and I said, tell me why. He said, because they're too deep and Seva's going to be really good. Well, you know I've always liked Peyton Seva.
Yes, you have.
I mean, I liked him when he and Eric Bledsoe went head-to-head, and he was better than Eric Bledsoe. I mean, he was ahead of Eric Bledsoe. So I liked him then, and I've always told him, and the kid knows that, I like him. Well, he was the difference. What would have happened if he got hurt?
They don't win without him, in my opinion.
Well, then what would have happened if Anthony Davis got hurt?
You probably don't win either.
All right, so guys had to stay healthy. You had to have a little luck. They had it all. Rick coached his butt off. They played exactly how they have to play. And you know what? That happens. But the good news for us in this program is we won one first.
I like it. And the rubber match this year. The last two champs, you're both going to be good this year.
And let me tell you, we've had success against them. We've played well against them. And I keep saying to our fans, what happens to them doesn't have an effect on us unless we let it. And everybody, you're all worried about. No, I'm not. We're Kentucky. We are who we are. They're Louisville. They are who they are. We are who we are. Look, when I came here, I wanted to separate this program from the pack. Have we done that?
I think that would be a yes.
We went, and I publicly said we want every kid in the country growing up dreaming about playing at Kentucky. Have we moved toward that?
Yes.
So there are things that we've done. We're on track. Now the question is, can we continue to separate? Can we continue to do this with these rules the way they are? I'm the one guy out there saying we got to change this somehow. We've got to encourage these kids to stay 2 years. But the NCAA's got to do some stuff. And if they don't do it, we need to separate from them. I'm not afraid to say it. Look, they've embarrassed me. I've done nothing, so they're not going to come in and show retribution to me and do stuff. I don't really care. But something's got to change with this one-and-done rule. I seem to be the only coach saying anything. You know why? No one wants to see these kids 2 years here. They don't want to see them here 2 years, so now we're all good with 1 year. It's wrong for high school kids. It's wrong for college kids. It's wrong for the NBA. So why won't we come together and do something about it? But that being the case, the rules the way they are, this is about players first. We're going to do right by them. We're going to prepare them. I'm not going to hold them back. I'm not going to tell them I'm going to teach them a new position next year. I'm not doing any of that. I'm going to let these kids go and do their thing. But if there's a down high school year, and we have the best class of that high school season, number one class, Kentucky, but it's a bad high school year, it's going to be a struggle that year like it was last year.
Yeah.
It is what it is out there, the way the rules are. And you know what? If it's solely about the program, I do everything I can to convince these kids to stay longer because it's in our best interest. That's not how I operate.
Cal, thank you very much for taking the time. We appreciate it. We'll talk with you a little later in the summer.
Thanks, Matt.
There you go. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. This is Kentucky Sports Radio.